First, I started with celery, beetroot, and carrot. I started by cutting off the base of the celery that we will use, and I also cut off the tops of the beetroot and the top of the carrot. So now that I have my base and my two tops, I have a bowl, I have two small glass jars, and some water. I'm using an old bowl for the celery and just putting a little water in it so that it covers only the bottom of the base of the celery. And that's it. I need to remember to change the water every day. I'm going to do the same for the tops of the beetroot and the carrot. I only put a little bit of water so that it only covers the bottom. Remember to change this water every day as well. Here I have cilantro, and I'm going to just use the whole stem. I have green onion, and I'm going to cut off the green part and save just the white part at the bottom. And here I'm going to cut off the base of the bok choy like I did with the celery. Okay, I have 3 jars, and I'm going to fill the first one with a little bit more water because the cilantro is nice and tall. So I can just put that in there, and I'm going to watch to see how the roots grow. With the green onion, I'm going to put in a little bit so it covers the bottom part of the green onion. And with the bok choy, this one is a very tall jar for the bok choy, but I'm going to try to see if it'll work. I only put a little bit there, so I need to take some out. And I'm going to just put it into the jar so that the bottom of the bok choy is touching the water only. Remember to change this water as well. Next we have tomato and mushroom. We're going to start already with 2 small pots of soil. And the tomato, we're going to cut a nice thin slice of the tomato, and take the cap off the mushroom. I can go ahead and use the cap and the rest of the tomato for something else. I can eat it and use the little scraps for planting. I'm going to put the tomato on top of the soil, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some more soil on top. It should be only about 2 centimeters of soil on top. I'm going to go ahead then and add some water, just some light water on top. And because tomato plants need a little bit of warmth to grow, we're going to go ahead and use some plastic wrap to create a greenhouse effect to the tomato. Once the plastic is on the pot nice and tight, you can use a rubber band or any sort of band to secure it nice and tight to the pot. You will see create moisture on the plastic. Remember to take off the plastic to water it and then put it back on. Now we have our mushroom. I'm going to put a little bit more soil in there just so it stands nice and tall. And I can go ahead and create a nice hole in the middle for the mushroom stalk. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Make sure only the top is visible, okay? So you need to cover the rest of it. And add some water and wait to see it grow. This ginger root may be a bit of a challenge, but it's fun to experiment, so we'll try it, okay? I'm going to just break off a piece of it, and if you look for it, you'll see holes where the buds are. You're going to make sure that that hole is facing down, okay? Because that's where the roots are going to go ahead and sprout. And you're going to add some water every day, just a little bit. Next we have a garlic clove that already has a little root coming out, okay? Now this one I've never done either, but if you add a little bit of water to the bottom, very little because it is small, and make sure that it's only covering the root part, okay? That nice long root that is coming out, making sure that's the only part that's in the water. It's going to be very difficult because it is very small, but you should always check on it to make sure that it hasn't fallen and make sure that it stays upright, okay? as it will sprout a little bit more roots. The last one I'm going to do is a sweet potato. I cut off the end of a sweet potato and I need to make sure that I have a glass where it will fit, okay? The idea is that the sweet potato is not completely in the water, so I'm only going to fill up the water to that line. And because I can't put the whole sweet potato inside, I'm going to actually have some sticks to put into the side of my potato. Now with the sticks, I can put the bottom of my potato in the water, but the tip is out.